Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans? Oh! You're talking about shenanigans, right?
Do you feel bad for killing your fish?
I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident.
Well, how many fish? How many fish did you kill?
Well, I don't think I killed any.
Well, do you think you're a bad person for that?
No, because it was an accident.
Are you sure it was an accident? How is not feeding them an accident?
That's not why they died.
Oh, they just died from hunger?
They died from from stinking.
Okay, well, I hit the button like 20 seconds ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Well, then 15 seconds ago, I have to go, welcome to
Podcast
and Random Heroes, Cheeky Shenanigans.
Cheeky Shenanigans, Jesse Kills Fish.
Y'all.
Yeah.
I'm Jesse, a.k.a. Random Hero.
And I'm Punkcast, a.k.a. Nick.
You just have to do it in a different order than me.
Because that's my name.
Is that your name?
That's my name. That's the game.
What's your middle name?
Willie. William. It's Willie. It's
Really?
William. Yeah. Whatever, dude. What's your middle name? Cockeyed Pete?
Tyler.
Jesse Tyler. JT. JT!
Yep.
Let's go, JT.
Yeah. I had a couple of friends who grew up just down the block from me, and one of their name was Jesse also, so their mom always called me JP.
JP?
Yeah.
JTP? JTP, dude!
JTP?
If you knew what that... If you watched the Goldbergs, that'd be golden.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
I watch good TV.
That is good TV.
Is it?
It is. Yeah.
Wait, is that the one that it's like in the 80s or the 90s or something?
It's the 80s.
And it's pretty good?
Yeah.
Is it like funny or?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So you watch it all the time?
I do.
Oh, yeah?
And then I watch Schooled, which that one's like a spin-off of the Goldbergs, but it's made for the 90s.
So I haven't even seen the original show, and it has a spin-off now?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Brian Callen's in it.
Who's that?
From the guy from The Fighter and the Kid. The other guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
And so how many seasons do they have?
I think they're in their 7th season.
No way.
Yeah. You just like watching all that stupid shit all the time. So
All that stupid shit,
Yeah.
like documentaries and
like documentaries
Sherlock
of how you...
Yeah, let's just do this real quick. What are your like top 5 favorite shows? What is so good that my shit is stupid?
Let's see. Well, the Goldbergs is good, number 1.
Then the gay Goldberg.
Friends is always in the top 5.
Friends is in your top 5?
Yeah. You can't go without Friends.
You can.
No, you
and
can't.
I do.
You can't because
I've never
Jennifer Aniston's in there and her nipples shown all the time.
I forget that she's like your fucking
And you just
holy
like
grail.
You just like want to like go into the TV and just go like nipple nipple nipple. But you can't because we're in reality.
Your perfect job would be like on the Friends side being her nipple fluffer.
Yeah, I would perfectly do that every day. Every day.
All right, so 3 more.
Let's see. Do I want to put The Office in there?
It's a good one.
It is a good one. We'll throw that in there.
All right.
What's that scary one? Yeah, you wouldn't watch it though.
No.
American Horror Story. That's a good one. That's a good one. And that's I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go back in my childhood and either Saved by the Bell or Boys Meet the World.
You know what? I can respect that.
Yeah.
I can. That I'll give you shit for it, but overall, that's a pretty decent list full of.
Yeah, what's
options.
your list? Fucking Mythbusters.
Nope.
Or documentary of how not to be gay because I was born this way.
Nope. I only ever see that once.
No. All right, well, I can just pour it out yours, bro.
Monty Python. Like the TV show, not the movies.
Well, okay, that's like made in the 1940s.
70s.
Okay, close enough.
Sherlock. 2 BBC shows right there.
So you like British TV, not American TV.
I grew
so
up on
you're
British
fucking like communist, if you think about it.
How good are you on history, Nick?
Not good at all.
Because the British people have never been communist. But no, I was raised on that. You know, when I was growing up at my dad's, if I didn't want to watch the scary shit like the documentaries on aliens abducting people, which terrified me at the time, It was like Red Dwarf, which is another BBC show, or I discovered Monty Python in high school, or just different shit. Like everything I love.
You just don't like America, is that what you're saying?
I do like America. My favorite American show might be Scrubs. The English or the American Office is also really good. How I Met Your Mother is really good, but I think Scrubs might be my favorite like American show.
I heard that the British Office is better than the American.
It's not better, but it's different, and it has its own charms. Like it took me. I watched the whole thing once, and I was like, "How the fuck did they ever start a good show off of this?" It didn't click with me. But like after rewatching it and just trying to figure out what was so funny about it, it suddenly clicked and I got it. And it's that, and in a lot of British shows, they don't have like these morals at the end of each episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like if you're mentioning shows that we liked as kids, like Full House. Did you watch that?
I did.
Yeah, you know how like every episode ends with like a moral or a lesson they learn or something? British TV doesn't do that. They don't give a fuck about the family value or whatever. Like they want to do a good comedy.
Yeah, but if you think about it, if watching Full House as a kid, you're like, oh, I shouldn't do that. I'll get in trouble like Stephanie does.
Yeah, and we ended up an entire generation of fucking pussies who are afraid to assert themselves, afraid to be different, because we think that the only shit that matters is like being kind and, being family and all that. And don't get me wrong, I like to be a nice guy, but like there's not every TV show has to end with like a good lesson that they learn,
You got it, dude.
Who is your favorite character on that show? And have you watched it as an adult?
Yeah.
Does not hold up.
I didn't even watch the fucking new one they have on Netflix.
I saw the first season of that one.
Fuller House? House. I always thought, I guess I was wrong. I thought Stephanie grew up to be like a porn star at one point.
No, but she did grow up to be pretty hot.
She did.
No.
Yeah. I still go for DJ though.
DJ, which one was that?
The older sister. Now,
I'm
talking about now.
She's like the crazy Christian girl.
Yeah, with the goody two-shoe ones that are always great in bed. You know what I mean?
How would you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
She was married to that, who was that other actor guy? He's famous now for just doing
random stuff.
Like random Christian stuff.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, man. Does somebody else know? Jesse's got another audience member. And,
different ones each time.
Yeah, no. This casting couch is getting out of control.
Well, the funny thing, we'll get to that in Douche of the Week. We'll get to that. No, okay, so let me go back and finish my list real quick. So I had Monty Python, Scrubs, what was the other one I said? Sherlock. And then, let's see, 4 and 5 favorite shows. The Office is a good one.
Yeah, but you always think people would just go to the Friends or The Office.
Yeah, to an extent. But I've never seen Friends all the way through. I've seen a bunch of episodes, but not in any like.
How could you not like Joey?
I love Joey.
How you doing?
I like Joey. Chandler's my favorite because his sense of humor is like what I wish that I could be like.
Yeah. And almost the same. You guys can relate because his dad's fucking a transsexual too. So I mean, you guys can pretty relate.
So his dad's a transsexual and mine's dead. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. No, but like, okay, so here's one of the most unrealistic things about that show, though. You've got a friend like Matthew Perry playing Chandler, and he makes all these just genius little one-liner remarks, and nobody ever laughs. Like, not even as part of the show. Like, when you're hanging out with your friends and someone rips on someone,
the humor on that show is supposed to be like no one's not supposed to laugh at it.
Yeah, but
it's funny to us though.
Yeah, but that's kind of what takes me out of it a little bit. Like, if I had a friend who was that witty, which I like to kind of occasionally think of myself as, like, people laugh when you make comments like that. It's natural. They wanted to make that show, right? They're, the other ones would be like, laughing when he says that shit.
It's supposed to be like, realistic friendship in that show, right? You have 6 friends, and then they all like get together, and then you have the retard one, which is me, which would be Joey, right? And then you have Ross, which would probably be Eric. That would be Eric.
Maybe, but let's break down the realistic part of this show, okay? Let's focus on this for a minute.
Okay,
this is fascinating.
It's fascinating.
You got Ross, who is a paleontologist.
A nerd.
He still hangs out with a failed actor, a waitress, at the beginning of the show, a cook who doesn't really have a stable job, and whatever it is Chandler does. So that's already unrealistic, for one. For two,
What do you mean?
it's unrealistic, but we're...
Like, I fucking build airplanes and I hung out with you,
How many
bartender.
paleontologists do you know?
Well,
Do you have a single friend who's a scientist?
well, I kind of thought you were, but Scientology. Is that the same?
No, but okay, so let's take that one. And then Jennifer Aniston plays a character who doesn't have a job, but somehow can live in New York City.
She does have a job.
She ends up with one at the coffee shop working like
Not anymore.
part-time.
No, see, if you watched all the seasons,
We're starting at the beginning.
fine.
Beginning.
You got it, dude.
The premise.
Okay. Premise is.
She doesn't have a job. She starts working part-time at a coffee shop, and she can afford rent in fucking Manhattan. Okay, then we've got Joey.
Back in the 90s.
He works like, from what I can tell, he works part-time at Macy's as a cologne boy, and then he like goes on a bunch of auditions to be an actor, but doesn't do it until later on when he's on that soap opera, right?
Yeah.
So failed actor, part-time waitress, no problem affording rent in New York City, right?
Yeah, but you got to think about it. That aspect's over there in New York, though. That's totally different over here on the West Coast. See what I'm saying?
No. What are you saying?
Because New York is totally different lifestyles than us over here. Okay?
Yeah, but
if they live in New York, Manhattan, Brooklyn, wherever else.
Forget about it.
Yeah, see, we dig out the trash.
Right, but it's so much more expensive over there. You couldn't get by in Seattle in any of those jobs.
Not anymore, but you got to remember, it's based on the 90s.
Yeah, and rent was still like $2,000 for a little tiny
Gas
shack.
was only 99 cents.
I know, that's when I started driving. But okay, let's keep winding this out a little bit though. Then you've got the fact that Ross and Monica are siblings. Now, I love my brothers and my sister, but we do not hang out in the same circles. I don't know many people who do. Right?
No.
And then you've got college friends, Ross and Chandler, who I guess knew each other in high school.
Yeah.
But they somehow are still okay, like living together and just hanging out every day and all that shit. And then in season 1, Ross gets a monkey illegally.
I love that
A
monkey.
scientist in New York City gets an illegal monkey.
Because it talks about us men wanting a monkey so bad that he finally got one.
All men do want monkeys.
I know.
I would love to have a monkey.
I would love to have a monkey.
Yeah, I know you would.
Yeah.
You'd love to have a couple. Right around your mouth.
Okay, so you don't like Friends with you?
No, I enjoy the show, but it's just so unrealistic on every level.
Unrealistic.
Yeah. That's why in a show like How I Met Your Mother, they gave them all decent jobs so that you knew why they could afford to be at the bar every night, drinking their faces off and plowing their way through New York City.
I thought you were going to say plowing their way through like badge and asshole, but
that was the implied.
okay, so we got our subject topics today.
Oh yeah.
For some
Why don't you
reason,
set this up? Because this is the first time we've done this.
Oh, I posted on our Facebook page if any random people had any topics that they wanted for us to discuss or joke about. And for some reason, my mom's always got to chime in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she does.
And she put mothers on there. I don't know why. And then
I like a good MILF now and then.
and then yeah. I don't know what a MILF is, but
yes, you do. In your case, it's a man I'd like to fuck.
Yeah. And then Eric put white privilege, women's rights, and anal bleaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those all sound like fairly linked topics.
So
where are we starting?
Let's go with anal bleaching.
You want to start with anal bleaching?
For one, when you do anal bleaching, what position do you think they have to take? Do you think you gotta go like this, and then you gotta like bend all the way over like this, like that?
I think that might be a 2-person operation.
Or is it like this, and you go
Here's the thing: if you're taking bleach, a powerful chemical, and you're putting it in and around your butthole, do you really think you're the most qualified person to do that?
I think it's kind of like going and getting like a Brazilian wax. You know what I mean?
Except it's bleach on your butt.
Maybe it's like a Brazilian wax / anal bleaching. Like it's a combo package, right? Since they're already down there, I don't even know what they used. Maybe it's bleach? like a little like bleach pen, right? And they go in there.
Like what are those things for the clothes? Like the Clorox pen.
I mean, why do you really want to bleach your, butthole anyways?
I mean, it's just a porn star thing.
If you wipe your ass good enough, you don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean?
One would hope.
I mean, because how does your asshole become brown anyways? Does your shit have so much color in it, it just fucking stains your skin so bad that it just stays that way?
I don't know, but if you think about it, like, the average person has to shit like once every 1 to 2 days. You know, on average, overall.
It's supposed to be like 1 or 2 days a day, technically, if you eat right.
Fine. Well, whatever it is, whether it's twice a day or once every 2 days, we're in the ballpark. And then you wind that out to like, you're what, 46 now?
30. Almost there, yeah.
But like, you've done that your entire life. We've all done that our entire lives. If all that one area of your body gets in contact with is shit, it kind of stands to reason that it could at
now,
some
what if
point,
your shit was just green the whole time? Would your asshole be green?
Probably.
Yeah.
I always wondered that, like, okay, so I have brown eyes, brown down there. Green eyes, I wonder if that's green.
Does the carpet match the drapes?
Is that even the carpet? That's like the back door mat.
It's like trying to wipe peanut butter out of carpet.
The funny thing about this is I actually had looked up something. It was
You looked up anal bleaching?
No, but I looked up crazy news articles, and this one ties in. I just want to give you kind of the first line. Scientists ponder a wide variety of probing questions in pursuit of knowledge. One of those questions, can a knife be made of frozen feces cut flesh? Has just been answered. Scientists took shit
and froze it.
They froze it into a knife.
You think they used like liquid nitrogen, or did they just throw it in like a freezer?
I hadn't really thought about that.
Huh.
Yeah, how would they shape it like a knife?
This is where my smarts come in every once in a while, okay? So
no wonder I don't know what's going on right now.
Maybe they had a mold of some type of knife, and either they had someone hover over this mold and had diarrhea shit and shit in it.
Okay.
Or
we don't have to get details about that.
They just shit in a bucket, and then they like picked it up and put it in the mold, and then they poured liquid nitrogen on there.
I mean, that would make
sense. And then they
had
to sand it out, or they put it in a mold and they put it in the freezer for 24 hours.
Well, if they sand it, then it's going to end up like warming up and melting, and then you're just holding shit. Yeah. This is the worst thing we've ever discussed. Let me just read you the next paragraph real quick because it is funny. An anthropologist reported in the 90s that there was a well-known account of a stranded Inuit man crafting a knife from his own frozen excrement that was sharp enough to kill and butcher a dog.
So he killed the dog?
With a poop knife.
Do you remember, it was like, maybe like a decade ago, like kids would make drugs out of shit and piss? I forgot.
No.
Jankum. It's called Jankum. You don't remember that?
No, but I saw South Park where they're like huffing cat piss.
So you're supposed to like shit and piss in like a bucket or a bag and then let it ferment, right? And then you inhale that, and then it's supposed to give you some type of high. You don't remember any of this?
No.
Yeah.
No, God, no.
It's crazy kids back then.
We find vastly different circles.
Fun and crazy kids. They're always experimenting.
So how did this go for you when you tried it?
Definitely it's like I got right there. I got to the point where I was about to huff into the bag, and then I realized my life would be over after that.
So you would actually shit in the bag?
Yeah.
Did you really?
No, I didn't want to try.
I totally was ready to believe that. Seems like something you would do.
Yeah, dude, there's no way I could do that. There's no way. It's grossed out. I think it's like some people in prison did, and then you know what I mean, and then it caught on to the outside world.
Like you could make a frozen shiv or something. You mean like just to get high?
Just to get high, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, women's rights.
We didn't even cover anal bleaching.
Well, we kind of did, but women's rights, they don't have none case closed.
Okay, I wouldn't be doing my job on this show if I just let that slide like that. So I'm not going to do my job today. I'm going to let that go.
No, honestly, women's rights have gotten like way more expanded than back in like the 1950s. You know what I mean?
Sound more patronizing.
They've gotten way better at trying to figure out how to vote, how to like work.
Trying to figure out how to
like
vote.
Us. They're trying really hard to make as much money as us men. They're getting there, but there's some roadblocks they still have to get to. Because like when you want to do the same job as a man,
yeah,
don't sit there and ask for help to carry a ladder because you're not strong enough. but you still want to have the same job as us. You know what I'm saying? Carry your own damn fucking ladder.
Look.
And then
Obviously,
I want to hear your point of view because you're gonna be the softy.
No, I'm going to surprise you on this one.
Okay.
To an extent, I agree with what you were trying to say there.
Yeah.
No, because there's been like, a greater influx of women going for jobs like firefighters and stuff like that, which, for military firefighters, police and all that, I do absolutely think they should be allowed to serve and all that. But a lot of these things have also started changing the testing requirements, like the physical testing requirements,
Right.
to accommodate more women. And that I do not agree with, because those tests are not designed to rule out women. They're designed to rule out men or women who cannot perform physical tasks to a certain level that they might need to on the job.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't want a firefighter, man or woman, who's unable to pass those tests. And I definitely don't want the test changed so that they can fill some kind of a quota for diversity. You know what I mean?
I mean,
It's the one time I feel like I'm a little bit backwards thinking, but I think I'm doing it for the right reason.
Like, if I was getting pulled over, I would rather have a cop pull me over a girl pull me over than a dude. Because I feel like I can connect with her more and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Yeah, I've never been pulled over by a lady cop, but I don't have any preference on that. It's just,
well, because dudes always like have that testosterone and be like, oh, I'm the alpha male. You got to listen to what I say. Women are like, hey, you weren't supposed to do that.
which is easier for a beta male like you.
Yeah, I love being the betas. I have a big group beta meeting on Saturdays.
A master meeting.
Yeah, down at the YMCA.
So you're like the best beta,
And then
the master beta.
And then we do Zumba afterwards.
No, but like, I think that the equality is necessary and all that, but there are certain jobs, look, with anyone's rights, whether it's civil rights, women's rights, any of it, the thing is we have to still be honest about what and who we are. And I think that it's totally missing the point to try and convince people that there's not physical and mental and emotional differences between us.
There is.
Those differences absolutely exist. I'm not the strongest or fittest guy in the world, but most of the women I know, I could definitely
I do want to point out,
handle if I had to.
sometimes girls' stability mentally can really, really react differently during that week of time in the month.
It always comes back to the period.
Compared to any other day of the month. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, Nick, you have been on a version of a menstrual cycle for like a month now.
Yeah.
Do not tell me that a woman's time of the month is going to inhibit her any worse than you have
obviously,
been.
I've given you an example, so you know there is a difference of mental stability.
And I know that my own mental stability suffers every couple months, and I deal with a little bit of depression or something. In fact, I was just talking about it earlier today. But like, even if they can be hormonal and a little bit different during those times, who fucking cares?
You didn't let me finish though.
Okay.
All you have to do is give them some chocolate, and then they're good to go. That's just one and done.
Chocolate wine.
Yeah.
Mm.
Chocolate wine flowers. Chocolate wine roses. Chocolate wine roses and a song. Maybe
And a
a
song?
poem. No.
Write a poem right now for a girl on that time of the month.
I can't fucking do it right off the bat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Okay, I'll pretend it's you.
You can make idiot songs about me sucking dicks during every practice, but you
Yeah,
can't
because I don't.
you're thinking about it all the time.
I don't put my heart and soul into it when I try to write something.
Sounds like you do. Jesse sucks dick.
Yeah. Be like, Jesse, you have the most beautiful eyes in the world.
Oh.
Compared to everyone else, you're the only one I love. You're the only one I care about. And in the end, I hope it's just me and you together. Once and for all. Piece to piece. I love you. Dun dun!
Okay, I'm gonna try to reply in the same method.
Okay.
Nick? No.
Not no means yes. In Canada, eh?
Okay. So, women's rights. Did we cover that enough? I mean, we're both for it, but you're just a little bit, 20 years ago in your mentality.
No, I'm glad how everything's going. I just don't like how there's like political women coming in here and trying to make like drastic changes, like right off the bat, quick start.
Oh, you mean like men do?
not like men do. Or I hate the women where they're like, they're not for like women's rights with like abortions, and they try to make you never that one chick. What's that one? I forgot her name.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you're going with this one, bud.
I know. We'll skip that one because
No.
I don't know the chick's name, so I don't want to carry out.
Is she
false,
a politician?
Yeah,
A
it's
politician.
the Indian one that everyone hates. The one was.
Oh, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or whatever, AOC. Because I love her. She's doing a great job.
Did you see that video about that chick wanting to eat babies? Or said
Wanting to eat babies?
yeah, to save the city or somehow by eating babies like children. It was really fucked up.
Are you sure that was the news and not like a horror movie?
No, it wasn't in the news. It was like one of those like city hall fucking meetings or some shit like that.
Okay.
But it was weird.
She wants to eat babies.
She gave an opinion of like, the people should eat babies to help save something else. It was totally weird. Yeah, you should look it up. It's crazy. But white privilege.
White privilege. All right.
White privilege.
Yeah, talk about it.
I don't know, man. I've never really thought of it. I mean, I know there's really shitty black privilege, right?
Do you know what the word privilege means?
I haven't really thought about it. I mean, we do have more, I don't know. You go ahead. Give me an example.
Okay, so white privilege is, okay, I'll give you an example since we were talking about it on the last show with like living with your parents, So one huge aspect of white privilege, especially in like people who came from middle class families like ourselves, is the ability, if you're broke, to move back in with your parents.
So then why do the people always joke around being like black people and are always like, oh, white privilege this, white privilege that?
Because a lot of them come from families where that kind of thing is not an option.
Like they just get kicked out and never come back.
Exactly. Or their family is too poor to be able to help them, or their family has gone through whatever it is. There's things that you and I take for granted all the time that is absolutely part of that privilege.
But they would always say like, white people don't get shot, but black people do. That type of white privilege,
We still hear news stories almost daily, definitely weekly, where it's like white cop kills black person who was in their own apartment because they thought they were doing the wrong one or something.
I really have a hard time like with that, with like black people like being cops are still racist. Like I was watching a Facebook video today of a cop being like, hey, let me see your ID. And the guy's like, why? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, and there goes the cat. And anyways,
sorry, Gingy.
That's how the fish died. And
jumping up from the dead.
Yeah. And the guy would have rolled out his window and like give the ID. I'm thinking to myself, dude, why don't you just fucking show the ID? Yeah. And then the cop had to fucking break the window and fucking go through and try to pull him out, open the car door, and he still wouldn't get out. And then he gets like all beat up, like, well, you didn't cooperate and you didn't show the ID. You fucking stupid.
Absolutely.
I don't get it. I don't get what they try to prove. You see what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, like, you have rights in those situations. When a cop comes up to your window, and they should tell you what you did wrong before you have to show them your ID and all that. Now, I'm not saying that every person handles that correctly, because you should, when a cop pulls you over, you should roll down your window, stereo down, hands on 10 and 2. There's things that you should be doing to show respect to that authority, but there's also things that cops try to do that could compromise what your rights actually allow you to respond with. And a lot of black people know that they're not going to get a fair shake in the legal system. If they're pulled over for something and they find one little bud, they're going to jail, whereas one of us might get off with a warning and the cop just, confiscates the marijuana or whatever it is. So they have to fight for their rights a little bit more vigilantly. And occasionally that means that they end up showing disrespect to some of these police officers, and that's when it can escalate. But at the end of the day, like, I think it's both, I think that if they felt that the cops were going to be treating them more fairly, they would be more prone to.
Yeah, but don't you think
them.
There's like a lot of cops that mistreat us in a way, but it never gets seen or heard of?
I've never been mistreated by a cop, ever.
No, I know, but I'm just saying maybe there's more videos of just like black people, because that's what in the news or the media just wants to show, and there's the same fucking problems with us white people, but they just don't care. The news station could be racist. You know what was bugging me a little bit? I totally forgot, Chick-fil-A. They gave like like gay people shit or something like that, or what?
They definitely do not like gay people.
And then because Eric was like, yeah, I'm never gonna eat there, but I'm like, well, why does that really matter though? I mean, you're just gonna order a chicken sandwich. It doesn't mean you're getting a chicken sandwich made from the person that hates gay people. You know what I mean?
You're supporting, you're buying it from a company that's putting money in that person's wallet. And if you're just going to have a chicken sandwich, why not get one from somewhere that's not owned by a person who's racist?
It tastes so fucking good.
Really? I've had Chick-fil-A before. It was nothing special.
It's so good. The spicy chicken with the pickles on it.
Ugh, spicy and pickles. No
Yeah.
thanks. No.
So good.
Pickles are the worst thing ever.
Pickles?
I'm saying that right now.
You don't like pickles?
No.
So you don't like cucumbers?
I like cucumbers.
Okay, well then eat a pickle.
Don't like pickles.
I love pickle.
I'm not surprised.
I would drink some pickle juice.
No. That's that is worse.
Okay.
What? Hold on. Now you're winding me up a little bit. Why is it that pickles are the one condiment that if you go through like a fast food place like McDonald's or Burger King or something, you're like, hey, can I get a burger with no pickles? If you ask for no onions or no tomatoes or no anything else, they fucking remember that shit. If you ask for no pickles, half the time they put more on. Like, how fucking hard is your job that the one time someone says, I just don't want pickles, you know, those giant-ass green things that you electively add to my food. I don't want those on my food. Oh, well, let's just put 15 of them on there and ruin the entire taste.
Where would this be at?
Anywhere.
Wow.
It's happened at almost any type of, like, fast food chain I've ever been to. Because even if it doesn't come with pickles, I ask for none just to make sure. And I've literally, I don't remember where it was, but I've been given pickles on a burger that didn't even originally come with them because I asked for none.
Maybe you just had bad luck with pickles. Maybe that's your arch nemesis. You know what I mean?
No argument here.
Now, what if they're, despite, you know, the elephant in the room on the couch, what if there's like a real hot, like super hot fucking model, we'll say like one of the Victoria's Secret models, and she's like, oh, Jesse, I just want to take 2 sliced pickles, put it on your dick like a sandwich, and suck it right off.
Well, see, at that point,
and
the pickles
then
never enter my mouth.
Kiss you afterwards.
Oh, no. Not doing it. No.
Okay.
That's the thing, because like I've accidentally eaten them before, and I can taste them immediately, and it ruins the entire experience.
So you're telling me pickles have ruined your life sometimes?
Not, it'd be a little bit over dramatic to say they've ruined my life, but they've definitely ruined some of my food.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
what the fuck were we talking about?
White privilege, dude. That's pickles and white privilege. That's the way to go.
So white privilege is, in effect, me saying I deserve to not have pickles on my food.
White privilege is Donald Trump. We'll just say that.
Oh my God. That's all you really do have to say.
Yeah.
Marries an immigrant and then immediately turns around and tries to make that shit illegal. He's given a bunch of money when he's born because his dad was rich and he's white. Yeah. And then he never has to like work or even show his tax returns or anything. And then he just gets to jump around on TV and yell at people, and suddenly he's the fucking president.
Yeah.
Tell me there's...
What kind of white privilege are we, though? Like, that's like high up white privilege. I just told you. I know.
Like being able to move back in with your parents if you need to.
So would that make us like median white privilege?
No. I mean, look, not all of us white people have have a lot of privilege, but the thing is, when they say that, they're not just saying like, okay, every person has white privilege. They're saying a lot of you do. And it's something that they don't have the same thing on, you know?
Like, sometimes I always think like, I don't know, we'll say like before BC or after BC. Do you think black people have always been treated the same throughout all the fucking, decades? And
BC is in like,
before
BC or
Christ.
AD?
Yeah. Like, I wonder who, like, the first, like, black person was and what he had to go through.
Probably Adam.
You know what I mean? What? Really?
Yeah. The Garden of Eden, to the best of anyone's knowledge, is in the Middle East. So either he was black...
But we were always taught he was white, though.
Yeah, but
according to our Bible books.
That's white privilege.
It is
They just said, okay, look, none of these white kids
Jesus is white.
They're like, none of these white kids are going to believe that Jesus has anything to offer them unless he's a white Jesus offering it to a white Adam.
And why is the devil red?
Because apparently Indians are bad. No, I'm sure that's just a side effect of him living in a place that's full of fire, Oh, Red Devil.
Yeah. It'd be funny, he's like Green Devil.
Red Rocket.
Red Rocket.
Or he's like Yellow Devil.
Yeah. Or like Blue Devil.
Blue Devils. Yeah, that is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, like, yeah. I'm sure that the first people, I mean, if you believe in science, then the first people of our species came from like the center of Africa. And then they spread out, and then living in places like Europe and Asia and all that, we've, evolved over time to being these white-skinned, overprivileged assholes.
We evolved way over making a wheel. You know what I mean? wheel. Let's take a minute and get into mothers. I don't know.
Mothers.
Let's see, mothers breastfeeds you. Mothers wipe your ass.
Yeah, hopefully not your entire life.
Mothers go with you when you get tortured and get your dick cut off.
What?
Yeah,
that didn't happen to me growing up.
That didn't happen to you?
Oh, is that like your 7th birthday party or something?
No, that was like my 2-month birthday party.
2-month birthday party.
Circumcision time! Happy birthday!
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, circumcision. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
do
you're not an egg roll?
Do you fit in that category?
Yeah.
You do fit in that category?
Circumcised, yeah.
I think. See, to me, I think. Okay, Kevin.
Give me that pretty dick. Yeah, Brian.
Okay, Brian. To me, I think it's normal to have like circumcision. You know what I mean?
Because that's what you have.
Yeah, I don't think it's normal to have like an elephant trunk. You know what I mean?
But that's what we're born with.
Yeah, but we're not Jewish.
Yeah, but the Jews are the ones who do the circumcisions.
Yeah, well, who gave them the right to? You know what I mean?
God.
But God's not real.
But so he doesn't want your dick to get dirty.
Well, then what'd they do with all those foreskins then? Did they gather them up and make like a kilt? Or,
There's some rabbi who's been saving up like thousands of years of circumcision foreskins, and he's just going to create like a, what do they call it? Like a fucking Voltron out of it.
And then, let's see, what else do mothers do? Mothers punish you.
No.
Mothers make you feel bad and guilty. Mothers love you.
Do you like your mom?
I do. Do you like your mom?
I do. I love my mom.
Yeah.
Although recently this show came up again and she still hasn't heard it.
She's never heard anything?
Not of this show.
Oh, that's
and that's by design. And I hope that I can trust her when she says that. I think I can. But when it first came out, I was like, look, Mom, you're gonna see things about this podcast I'm doing with Nick. Please, if you still love me and you love this vision of me that you have in your head, never watch this show. And I've told my stepdad about it. I was like, look, you can listen to it, but then you're going to agree with me that Mom should never hear this. And it's not that we say anything bad. It's just that I watch what I say around my mom, out of respect.
Well, we all do. We just like dirty comedy because it's funny.
Yeah, and I always have. But at the same time, I've always, like she raised me Christian, and she's always had, she really thinks that I have a good heart and all this stuff, that's what you want your mom to think. But it's like, okay, Mom, that image of me is going to shatter if you hear the kind of shit we say on this show.
That's right. That is right. So you love your mom.
I do. I absolutely love my mom. And I mean, she's definitely to blame for some of my neuroses, like anyone's parents are. But, I think I've successfully hit the age where I can't really blame that on her anymore, or my dad, which luckily I can blame whatever I want on him because he's dead. But
I know. He's rolling over on his grave right now.
No, he's rolling over in an ashtray somewhere. He's probably down somewhere in hell trying to convince people that he's the best guitarist of all time.
Be like, hey, Hitler, listen to this.
Yeah. Hey, Hitler, you like this Hot Lick? It's by Led Zeppelin. You know those guys that kicked your ass in World War II?
You like fucking Leonard Skinner?
Freebird! He had these great guitars that he had hung up on the wall in the living room my whole childhood. And he would only let me touch him when he was drunk. And they'd be like, hey, kid, grab one of them guitars, play me something. And he never taught me anything. Like, I begged him for years to teach me to play the guitar, never did, never got me one. Only let me play it when he was drunk.
Only let you play when he's drunk. Did you feel special then?
No, I was intimidated because they were like these untouchable objects that I finally, it's like if he had a Ferrari in the car and he's like, all right, I'm wasted, drive me home in this, you'd be kind of scared a little bit,
Yeah. Man, that was a fucked up childhood. I feel really, really good for you. Anyways,
you feel good for me?
Before we do Douche of the Week, I wanted to do the idea we had. I came up with an idea. I got it from Nick Kroll. I figured it'd be fun for us to try.
Which means I'm going to totally fail this. Nick Kroll's funnier than me.
I'm going to just pick, we'll do three 3 random cartoon characters that don't like exist like on any TV shows that we know of, right?
So these are characters that are they like on comic books or something?
I just went and Googled random characters, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I picked this one right now to see if it'll work. It should work.
All right.
I will. Should we just? No, we'll do it this way. Go like this. Bam. All right. That guy right there. What voice would you have for him?
So you want me to come up with a voice for this guy?
Yeah, and I'll do one too, and we'll see. Let's see. Yeah. We'll say his name's Tyrone. Okay.
Hey man, anyone got some of them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? My mom just made me one with peanut butter today, and it wasn't even on bread; it was on sticks.
So he's like a redneck.
He's like a rednecky black kid from the South who is kind of the nerdy one because of the braces. That's what I got out of that. All right, let's hear what you got.
Okay.
Oh, hey guys. Would you like to come out and play football with me? I go to football, but I don't know how to catch. Could you guys show me?
All right.
I know I got some braces. I should have did that one. All right. Damn it. All right. Okay. All right.
Aren't you doing 2 more?
Yeah, but I was gonna.
Why'd you turn it off?
I wanted to not have them look at me while I choose it.
Oh, okay. So you haven't even chosen yet.
No, I'm doing it right now. Okay. All right.
All right.
There we go again. All right, that guy.
Oh, that's a weird one.
Yeah, that is a weird one.
So for anyone who's just listening on iTunes or whatever, this is a guy who looks kind of like a Mike Wazowski character from like Monsters Inc.
He's got 3 eyeballs and they're green, and he's got really sharp teeth, and he's fat like a M&M.
Yeah, this
Maybe
is the
like
perfect
an
one
egg.
for me to voice.
Yeah, no, dude, you're gonna fit perfect.
All right, let's see what I got here.
Okay.
Hey, can I trade any of you guys for your kids that you got to scare? The one that I always go into his room of. He never has any snacks down there. I was really hoping for a kid who likes to hide bags of Doritos under his bed. Please, guys. Oh, come on. Don't leave me out here again.
Yeah,
I don't know, something like that.
That was pretty good. I like that one. Okay. All right. Hey guys, you know what I'm saying? You want to come out? Want to come out? Want to come out from under the bed, you guys? Come on, guys. Come on.
Like a
Come on,
nerdy
guys.
monster.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on, guys. I just want to make some friends, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
All right.
Cool. Question? No.
I really wish you would have left some ho-hos.
Oh, you want me to get some ho-hos? I'll get
It's
some
almost
ho-hos.
like a Gilbert Godfrey sound.
Yeah, you reminded me of, I forgot his name. It does that stupid thing. All right, let me pick one.
I'm sorry, viewers. I keep playing with my feet. I don't
Are you
know
playing
why.
with your feet right now?
I didn't mean to. I accidentally started again.
Oh,
Firmly on the
okay.
ground. You got like an old character or something?
Yeah, here we go, right here. This is going to be a good one. Bam!
Oh, that's good. Whoa.
He looks like an old-timey Viking with his beard braided, with a pipe in his mouth and a long dick nose.
he almost looks to me like a mix between like Squidward and Goofy.
Yeah,
But he's pink.
red, like
And
pinkish.
is that a pipe in his mouth?
Yeah, that is a pipe in his mouth.
So he might be a little bit more dignified then.
Hmm.
Like, oh, hello, chaps. We're going to go today, and we're going to go find the lost treasure of Nick's panties. And this is just a quick little sail ride down the bay. Can someone please hand me some tobacco? Oh my God, that stuff is way too good. Let's go find my son Squidward. He hangs out with this idiot gay sponge. All right, there you go.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna think maybe he's kind of like an uncle. Maybe he's like the weird uncle in the family.
No, you would know that well.
I would. Well, I learned it from you. Let's see. All right, Jesse. I'm gonna tell you a little story about your aunt. See, one time she went down and she put her mouth around my penis. But one thing she forgot to do, she forgot to take out her teeth because she's got fake teeth. She's supposed to give me a gum job, and I'll teach you about that later when you're a little grown up, because right now you're only 10 years old. So when your 15th birthday, I'm going to hire you a hooker that has no teeth, and I'm going to show you what a gummy is, you know what I'm saying? And happy
Happy birthday, Jesse.
Wow, you really went creepy with that uncle impression.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It was like being a kid all over again.
That was fun. I like doing that. We should do that.
Yeah, that's not bad. And you know what? The thing about doing voices and stuff like that, like if you watch a guy like H. John Benjamin who does all these voices for like Archer and Bob's Burgers, they're all just versions of his own voice. They say different things, they speak a different way, but it's just his voice. But there's other guys who do a lot of voiceover work, and they create the voice just based on something like that,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's this character.
Well, and people doing voiceovers, sometimes they really try to get into the character, or they try to think of something like how I did. I was like, that looks like a creepy uncle or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, maybe what would be fun is if we each pick a character that we're going to develop over the course of a season next season, and then maybe we make a little cartoon short with these characters.
A cheeky Shenanigans cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, even I'm not the best cartoonist.
We have
a
really great brand name. You know what I mean? Like Cheeky Shenanigans. It's a really good name that we can always expand with. You know what I mean?
It really is, and I mean, yeah, I think that would be
if
fun.
we were rich, we could do cartoons.
Well, we could anyway, because I work in that field, and I'm not a good cartoonist, but I'm okay.
Well, you draw certain you have your own little character drawing that you can do.
Yeah, but those are also usually quick. If I took time, I could actually design characters for us that we could design a backstory for, an accent or a voice for. We could work on this over the course of a season or a few episodes, and then actually animate it and do a little cartoon short or something.
Yeah, and then we'll get really fucking famous then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I love doing voices. Even if it's not an accurate accent, it's still fun to do it.
No, I like doing voices too.
Yeah, and if you do an accent, but then you also change the sound of the voice a little bit, do a gruff voice like you were doing, but also give it an accent. You can build a whole character.
It took me a minute because I know I can do better than that, but I feel like I'm on the spot and I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, that was
my mind's
I was thinking okay, I could think of a voice for this person, but what the fuck do I make him say?
I know.
And I've done writing before in the past, trying to write either a book or a script or something. I always have trouble with the dialogue.
Do you?
Yeah, and dialogue and talking is something that I feel like I'm good at in real life, but suddenly when I'm making up a fake conversation, it's like a giant block goes up. I don't really know. Okay, if this character went through all this, how would he react to this, or what would he say?
Do you ever have the issue when you're writing a song and you get got the first verse and you kind of got a chorus and you're like, fuck, I don't know what to write anymore, and then I get mad at myself and then I just fucking give up and then I try to come back the next day, but sometimes I actually do give up fully on a song because I'm I don't know what to fucking write anymore.
It's happened, but the thing about my writing style is I kind of have to get it all out at once or else I'll never finish it at all. So what I do is I'll sit there and I'll listen to the music a couple times if I'm starting with music. If I'm starting with just words, that it can be whatever. But if I'm starting with music, like you or Aaron have written a song and I need to write lyrics for it, I listen to it a couple times and I start to just try and hum melodies. And I start to think what the song might sound like with vocals, even when there's not words. Then I start to think, okay, with this melody, what is something powerful I could say? And I'll usually focus on the chorus first. What's something I want to repeat about this? Do
you start with the chorus first? I always write verses first, and then I try to come up with the chorus later. But.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, everyone's different, and no way is better than the other. But I usually start on the chorus because that's the part that's going to repeat. It's the thing that is kind of the core of the song.
Right.
So when I start on the chorus, I know what the song's going to be about, and then doing verses is okay, do I make this a story that leads to this chorus? Do I make it an observational thing? Is this song about me? Is it about someone else? Am I singing it to someone else?
When I wrote that I Lost You song, I feel like I just want to keep saying it. I feel like that was the best song I ever written lyrically. But I wrote that when I was 17 though too.
Have you taken any shots at maybe trying to update it? Or do you think it's perfect as it is?
I could probably update it now. It's a lot better than the last song I wrote was a stupid girl song. I stopped writing. I stopped trying to make songs. Well, I mean, we have that one that I wrote, but
Yeah, and it's now one of our brand new songs that I actually really
when
like.
I'm by myself and like there's no band, I always play like acoustically soft shit.
Yeah.
And like heartbreaking shit for some reason. I don't know why.
That's kind of where my background is too. Maybe not on the heartbreaking side, but like acoustic rock, because my musical education was playing saxophone in jazz band in high school, and then playing guitar and singing and leading worship for like church. And that's where I developed the skills to be able to play and sing. And that's what I needed to be able to start writing good songs. So whatever you start out at, even if it's like soft acoustic stuff, like it's good to live there and be comfortable in where you start writing songs from, because you definitely are able to write harder music.
I can sing better acoustically than I can if we were like playing live.
So what if we wrote a song that was meant for you to take over lead vocals and it was a mellow song? Would you be...
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Like, you know how we used to do like I Lost You? I would sing it shitty, us live, but when I like have an acoustic, it just sounds a hell of a lot better. I don't know why.
Well, but I've always figured with you, because I mean, we've been playing music on and off together for like, 6 years now. It feels like it's a confidence thing. And I'm not trying to...
I think I feel more confident acoustically than up there on the stage trying to get everyone's attention on me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get that. But I think it's overall a confidence thing, because you think that if you get up there and you give it your all while the song's like really going and it doesn't go well, you're not going to have any excuses, because you really tried and it didn't work. If you're doing an acoustic, you can be like, oh, well,
this string was out of tune.
Yeah.
Or my voice wasn't connecting well with it.
Or it's just that you're able to focus more on what you're doing, because when you're singing in front of a full band, you're hearing a whole bunch of shit going on at the same time, and you know that even with all that going on, you're standing out. But when it's just you and a guitar, like it's joined in a little bit.
I have so many audio clips on my phone with just me writing different shit, like lyrics and shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
So you're still actively writing songs, but when you actually bring one for the band, you just leave it for me to write?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I'm just going to end up writing some fucking depressing shit until I get my head straight.
Dude, out of the last 2 songs we wrote, one was depressing, the other one was about gun violence.
Well, yeah.
I mean...
But you know which direction I'm going to go if I write a song right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the butt.
Yeah, exactly.
And
speaking of the butts, let's go to our douche of the week. That's our segue.
You go first this time.
All right, well, my douche of the week right here, I was able to do a picture. Wait, nope, that's not it. All right, there we go. Bam, this would be my little brother, Aaron Carter. Okay. If you can see.
That's a former Backstreet Boy?
No, this is Nick Carter's brother.
Remember, they can see. Oh, wait, what was Nick Carter? Was he a Backstreet Boy?
Nick Carter's Backstreet Boy. This is Nick Carter's little brother.
Right, Aaron Carter.
Yeah, Aaron Carter was just by himself.
Oh, he had a solo career though?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was famous.
On like the Disney Channel and shit like that.
Gotcha.
So anyways, as you can see, if people aren't watching, he's really ghetto here. He's got his shirt off, trying to flex his abs. He's got a really weird face tattoo now of some like chick. You know what I mean? Yeah, and Jesse's holding it. And then
you keep looking behind the video that they're gonna see, so I'm just like.
And then you can just tell of all the drugs and shit he's done over the past. His face is really sunken in. And I recently watched it was like a YouTube video podcast on how he was saying, it was like 2 week ago, how he's like the biggest thing right now. He's like, just look it up, just Google, like I'm the biggest Google search thing right now, blah, blah, blah. Just being douchey. You know what I mean?
All right.
I just hate him. I just want to take a cheese grater, put it over his face, go up and down, fuck all of his grill up, and then throw him into the, where all the alligators are? What would you call that? Like a...
bathtub.
Yeah, we'll throw him in a bathtub full of alligators. And then he's done for it. And then he's talked some shit about his brother, how he raped.
About you?
Yeah, about me, how he raped some girls and shit in the past. And
I thought that was him.
No.
I thought that Aaron Carter went through something where he was accused of that.
No, that was his brother. He was trying to say his brother was doing all this weird shit.
Oh, that's
so right. Then his brother filed a what's that?
His brother, you.
Yeah. What's that thing where you got to keep away from that person?
A restraining order.
Restraining order against them and this whole shit. And I guess he's been
How do you not know that word? Don't you have 3 of them right now?
I did back in the day for some stupid bullshit.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was during the stupid child battling. I always like know what not to say when we're doing this, and it's pissing me off. I was going to core battling for my daughter right in the beginning. Like we had to serve her papers, and my mom came to serve papers, and like she went out to serve her, and like her mom would answer the door.
Yeah.
And so then when we had the restraining order case she filed against me, she said I was out there like kicking her door down and shit like that, lying and a bunch of shit. And you know how like judges do? They're like, "Oh well, we believe you."
That judge, if they took one look at you, they know there's no way you could have kicked down a door.
Fucking exactly. See what I'm saying? So it was bullshit. But it was only for a year. It was temporary. It's stupid. I feel sorry for all those dads out there that do that
Are
shit,
you able
'cause
to
it
go
sucks.
within 500 feet of a school yet?
They have to. It's 250. So next year it should be down to 20 feet, and I should be able to play like basketball right now. I'm almost there though. Who was your douche of the
My
week?
douche of the week is actually the feline belonging to DJ Fallen. So,
Oh, the cat that dropped up
yeah.
there.
So
Oh, okay.
The cat that everyone saw, Gingy, whose full name is Gingivitis, that's DJ Fallen's cat. And I've been is it cat sitting? Is that the word?
I guess you could call
Pet
it
sitting.
cat sitting, pet sitting. I think you're almost like adopting him right now, but
It's nearing that.
Yeah.
But he does have his own Instagram, by the way. It's Gingivitis the cat, I guess.
does he have more followers than us?
I haven't looked, but I'm one of the followers.
Oh.
But anyway, so I had someone over last week, and as she was leaving, Gingy like ran out, and then when you leave my house, you have to go upstairs because our apartment's a daylight basement. Like
Yeah, it's like a basement, concrete basement. You go step, step, step.
Yeah, like this window here behind the set is at like ground level outside, so you got to go up. And as she was leaving, Gingy like ran between her legs in a way that he's done to me 100 times. But in this case, it like tripped her, and she ended up fracturing her ankle on the steps. So Gingy's kind of my douchebag of the week because I was tired of doing Reddit ones where it's like legit scumbags, like
Yeah.
pieces of shit.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
time to
figured,
do some funny ones.
yeah, a cat can be a douchebag too.
Like, yeah,
And
totally.
he definitely has been because he does that shit to me all the time. When I go to feed him, he will run between my legs and like try and rub up on each one while I'm walking. So half the time I
hate
feel
when
like I'm gonna
cats
kick
do
or
that,
trip.
dude.
Yeah.
It like bugs the shit out of me. I like want to kick him away. Like,
Yeah.
stop rubbing on me.
And it's hard to call him a douchebag because he's such a nice cat usually and he like purrs constantly.
Meow.
But I mean, you fractured someone's ankle. Like,
Meow.
meow.
Meow. What if you were like picked up a chick at a bar one night stand, fucking you're about to like go in her, you know what I mean? And she's like, meow. Would that freak you out? Like, would you still do it? Or be like, meow.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know off of one, but in this hypothetical, is there a follow-up meow? I think that's where I would definitely lose it. Like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not banging a cat right now.
Like, meow.
So, getting back to one night stands for a second, are you going to try one of those to maybe cleanse your palate a little bit and finally kick this depression, this funk that you're in?
No, man. I think I'm just gonna I don't know how to get out of it.
I think you need to try. I think you need to abandon Nice Guy Nick for one night and just try to
Like, just turn on my alter ego and just like.
not even an alter ego, because honestly, all kidding aside, you are genuinely a nice guy with a big heart and all that. But, just like with myself, sometimes that can work against you, and sometimes you look for meaning in everything. And I think that you're at a point now where you had meaning for so long with one person that you need a way to try and just get out of that. You're not even ready to like get into a new girl yet. You're still trying to escape what the last one has done to you for all these years.
Well, it was fucked up because I picked up Taylin the other day.
Yeah.
And she was like, because Lindsay's daughter has to get dropped off like at Taylin's school because that's like where her bus drops her off, and then like Lindsay would pick her up and shit after the school. But Taylin was like, oh yeah, I saw Lindsay's boyfriend. I was like, oh, you motherfucker.
You should have been like, so how long have they been dating? And then you could compare that to the last time that you guys boned.
Well,
then you could know if she's a cheater.
Well, I think generally she is, but
did she ever cheat on you?
I don't think so.
Did you ever cheat on her?
No.
Have you ever cheated on a girl?
maybe like one.
Like a long time ago, kind of
I
thing?
think like Taylon's, like when I met Taylon's mom. I think.
Baby mama, nice.
Yeah. I know, right?
Scumbag.
I know. But that's when I was young. Because like I think I have been cheated on. I've never gotten the proof, or they kind of told me but not told me.
You haven't.
But
it's the worst, man.
well, it's like a shitty feeling, so I wouldn't want to do it. Because like Lindsay always thought I cheated on her, but I never did.
Yeah.
Like the emotional thing. I emotionally cheated, but I never physically cheated. It's a shitty feeling. Like it's a shitty feeling right now.
Yeah.
But I think a few more months, maybe. I don't know.
You'll be all right. And I mean, I've definitely been cheated on multiple times. Like the last girl that I was dating, last year when we first kind of started this show, found out that she had been cheating on me like the whole time we were together. And that's one thing. But, if we go all the way back to when I was 18 in my first apartment, technically I wasn't cheated on because we weren't dating yet. But I had been seeing this girl.
Yeah.
And we kind of had a little party at my house. And this was an apartment in Everett that had like one floor, and then you could go up some stairs, and there was another floor up there with a bedroom. So one bedroom up there, mine was on the bottom floor, bathroom upstairs. But that bedroom upstairs also had like an open wall that overlooked our living room.
Mm-hmm.
So if you came in the front door, you could look up and you could like see part of it up there. And then if you go through the hall, you could go upstairs and around, and you'd be up there. And if you held your head over the little railing, you could see down. So it was like an open kind of living room thing.
Yeah.
And so we had this gathering, and this girl and I mean, we'd only been hanging out for like a week or two, so it wasn't much. But at this time, like we were doing this party thing, and then she was just gone for a while. And I walked upstairs to see if she'd gone up to my roommate's room, and she was up there in bed, clearly messing around with this guy, Ian. And when I walked in, I was just like, oh, that's cute. And then I grabbed this like used box of condoms from my room or something. Not used, but like open.
Yeah.
I just went up there and I like threw it like, you guys might need this. And I was kind of shitty about
Now,
it.
see, if I was in that predicament, I don't know like if I'd be so mad like I'd like want to like jump on the guy. You know what I mean?
Nah, there was none of that because in my opinion, that's not the bad person in that scenario.
It's not. And you think about it, like, does he actually know? It'd be shitty.
That's the thing. I don't think he knew.
No. Yeah.
Because he wasn't someone who hung out every day. And like, so that happened. I clearly knew what was going on, but she denied it so much and was like, no, I really want to like.
Saw it.
Right. But what I saw was not them like having sex or anything. What I saw could have feasibly had an alternate explanation, one that she was very, very committed to upholding.
Yeah.
So I decided, look, we're not together, and she's swearing up and down that didn't happen. I'll just give it the benefit of the doubt. And then 3 months into dating, I found out that she definitely did hook up with that guy that night.
A little dirtbag.
Yeah, and so I dumped her, and that was that. But yeah,
well,
it sucks, man.
On this ending depression note.
No, we're not going to end depressed.
Let's
Do you need a finger up your butthole?
Get no, I'll get out of it eventually. It's just gonna take some time. I went from like having like a like family type household, to having to do shit or pick somebody up or clean the house, mow the lawn, or try to build some shit or fix this in the house, to living by myself with nobody, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do now.
A lot of jacking it.
Yeah, I don't even want to do that anymore. It's how bad it is, man. But on that note, I'm really happy. And you know what, guys? You should really subscribe to the show because you never know what you're going to get.
This was an interesting episode, to be honest. Like,
well, it really helps out when people give us topics, too, because it throws us off.
Yeah, I think that we're going to have to continue doing that.
Yeah.
So if you do listen, even if we haven't prompted you for it yet, like, please get on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, however you follow us, even comment on these videos. And just let us know, like, any random topic you want us to talk about. We will do it. If you want to send us a cartoon to, like, try and do a voice for, we'll do that. A Douche of the Week nomination, whatever it is, like, we want you guys involved in this.
And I'll give you some stupid, retarded response, because that's what I love doing.
That's all you know how to do.
I love it. I love it so much.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for watching and listening to another episode of Cheeky Shenanigans.
And I am depressed. Punk ass.
That's Depressio ass over there.
Hey!
My name is Random Hero, aka Jesse, and please have a consensual day.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I haven't hit.
Woo-hoo-hoo.